Hello friends, why it is important to make a correct diagnosis? Well, we all doctors try to enhance the lifespan of our patient. Just to ensure that it is very important to make a correct diagnosis. I am your colleague, Dr. Yogendra Singh Thakur, with the topic The Science and Art of Making Correct Diagnosis. Here we will discuss why it is important to make a correct diagnosis, what makes it difficult to make a correct diagnosis, where lies the solution for incorrect diagnosis, a simple example, and few take home messages. Well, what a wrong diagnosis can do, I hope you can imagine the stress, the psychological stress going to happen to the patient represented in this cartoon. So, with increasing medical negligence cases sued before the law, it is very important for us to learn the science behind making a correct diagnosis. What is the problem statement? A study published in 2003 reported median error rate of 23.5% for major errors, whereas 9% for class 1 errors. Class 1 errors are those which defines the outcome of the patient. PGI Chandigarh also reported 31.7% major errors in a study published in 1993. These are two old studies. A recently published study in 2021 reported 26.1% of patients had different autopsy report than their clinical diagnosis. So what makes it difficult? Here we can see the central rectangle had similar color within its boundaries, but just because of faded gradient of color in the outer rectangle, it seems to be different. So the central rectangle represents the sign and symptoms presented by our patient, whereas everything around that is just distraction. So there might be lack of knowledge. Yes, it happens because none of us can claim complete knowledge of ever changing medical science. There might be work overload, there might be lack of resources, there might be poor organizational behavior, distractions and interruptions, fatigue, and there are always wide range of illnesses and diagnostic uncertainties. Well, here I would like to discuss Yerkes-Dodson law, which states that just to have optimum level of performance, there should always be a optimum level of stress. If goes beyond the optimum level of stress, there is always decrease in our performance. So I hope many of you can correlate that all of these factors enhances our stress level, which makes it difficult to make a correct diagnosis. Okay, where lies the solution? The solution lies in the reasoning and thinking process of our brain. We had two distinct function of reasoning. First one is system 1, that is intuitive. Second one is system 2, which is analytical. Well, I hope many of you can remember the day when you first drove your car. You were controlled, rule based, conscious, serial, slow, and had limited capacity. When you had enough memory for analytical system for driving a car, you end up in intuitive system of reasoning, which is fast, autonomous, with high capacity, non-conscious, automatic, and associative. Well, these two different system of reasonings are not watertight compartment. They works in a parallel fashion. This theory is known as dual process model of reasoning, where when we got a pattern, we try to recognize it Okay, we try to recognize it, and the modus operandi of this model lies in pattern recognition only. When a pattern comes to us, if we are not able to recognize, it goes into the analytical system of reasoning, from where with repeated exposure for the very same, we got pattern recognition, and from there we develop intuition. So when a patient comes to us, we try to recognize the pattern with pattern processor, and if it is recognized, we end up in intuitive system of reasoning. After that, we try to analyze our provisional diagnosis with the help of analytical reasoning. Okay, and these systems are running in parallel fashion, where T represents the toggle function, and any of the system for reasoning can override the another one. When analytical system overrides the intuitive reasoning, it is executive override. Whereas if intuitive reasoning overrides analytical system, it is disrational override. Okay. So executive override helps us to make a better diagnosis, just because we had some pattern pattern to recognize and to correlate with. But disrational override always land up us in some kind of serious trouble. Okay, सो दीज फंक्शंस हम इस प्रोसेस पे कैसे पहुंचते हैं, हमारे अंदर एनालिटिकल सिस्टम कैसे आता है. रिमेंबर द डे व्हेन यू फर्स्ट वेंट टू योर क्लिनिकल पोस्टिंग इन एमबीबीएस, यू हैड नो आइडिया ऑफ एनी पैटर्न. ओके, आपके पास पैटर्न रिकॉग्निशन के लिए कोई वर्किंग मेमोरी ही नहीं है. ठीक है, आप बॉटम में देख सकते हैं, आप पैटर्न को रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. वहां से आप सिस्टम 2 में रीजनिंग करना स्टार्ट करते हैं. फिर आप धीरे 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 नॉविस में आते हैं, एडवांस बिगिनर की स्टेज में आते हैं, एंड बाय द एंड ऑफ योर एमबीबीएस यू हैड इनफ वर्किंग मेमोरी फॉर सिस्टम 2, on the basis of which we used to recognize the patterns. Okay, so by the end of MBBS, you are competent enough to recognize these pattern of diseases, which might be either of fever with rash, burning micturition, or anyone else, मतलब कोई और डिसीज का भी पैटर्न हो सकता है. Well, after that competency level, when you goes to your specialities, you end up in proficiency and expertise. Okay. So example of disrational override is over here. ये मेरी एक पेशेंट की रिपोर्ट है जो मुझे सबसे पहले सीबीसी रिपोर्ट आई थी 25 अप्रैल 2021 पे. ठीक है, कोविड की सेकेंड वेव के दौरान. द मोमेंट आई गॉट इट, आई एडवाइज्ड फॉर बोन मैरो बायोप्सी, बट द पेशेंट continue to seek medical care from somewhere else. So I just forget about this patient. But after 4 long months, I got the another report which had diagnosed as acute leukemia. The very same patient was diagnosed as acute leukemia. Why so and so happened? 4 महीने तक उसको क्यों पता नहीं चला? Just because of some intuitive override. Okay, disrational override. Intuitive function overrides the analytical function. This is disrational override, जिसकी वजह से ये पेशेंट जो है वो 4 महीने तक परेशान रहा and was treated as some atypical complication of COVID-19. Hope you can understand that. Well, what are the take-home messages? So first one is study hard to acquire enough knowledge for your working memory in analytical system. वर्क हार्ड ऑन योर सिस्टम 2. कुछ एक्टिविटीज जैसे कि सुडोकू फिल करना, क्रॉसवर्ड्स फिल करना, इससे आपका एनालिटिकल माइंड जो है वो डेवलप होता है. एंड वी शुड ट्राई टू अवॉइड irrational override or disrational override. Final thing is that we should try to make provisional diagnosis for every patient. जो हमारे पास पहली विजिट पे जब पेशेंट आता है तो हमको ओपीडी स्लिप पे उसका प्रोविजनल डायग्नोसिस लिखना चाहिए विथ क्वेरी. ओके, आपको क्वेरी के साथ अगर आप लिखते हैं तो कोई मेडिको लीगल केस में आपको नहीं खींच सकता, बिकॉज You left enough space for your analytical memory to make it confirm with some investigations. Okay, hope you people liked it. Thank you for your patience listening. Ensure like, share and subscribe for more scientific content. Thank you again.